Okay, got through one song.
Om, 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 om,
Kleem, 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 kleem. Som, 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 som.
Hi, how's everyone? Well, thank you for being here. This is now an annual ritual, Sankalpa, however you want to pronounce it. It's a Sanskrit word which means subtle intention. So in the Upanishads, there's a whole list of aphorisms, roughly translated as the following. You are what your deepest desire is. As is your desire, so is your intention. As is your intention, so is your will. As is your will, so is your deed. As is your deed, so is your destiny. So at the very subtle level, consciousness is organizing into manifestation. Consciousness by itself is unmanifest and organizes into this right now. In most people, this happens, unfortunately, very automatically as a result of karma. We call it the bondage of karma, so we're like biological robots, and there's no creativity. But Sankalpa organizes its own creativity because it has infinite organizing power. So I'll leave all the details to Yogi Raj, Alan Finger, who is an expert in the tantric rituals, and Sarah, who's my personal teacher as well, who will take us through the ritual. Just one thing, intention frequently is such that we're not aware of our subtle intentions. In fact, most of our intentions are so subtle that we're not even aware of them. Intention goes through four steps before it ultimately manifests as reality. So in Sanskrit, these are called para, pashanti, madhyama, vaikari. Para means unmanifest. Pashanti is the cusp of the unmanifest and the manifest. Madhyama, when it's a thought, manifests into speech and action. Vaikari, this reality. So since we are not normally navigating our consciousness, every thought that we have is just at the surface, just a blink from karmic bondage. Therefore, our lives are not creative. Sankalpa is to disrupt that automaticity and consciously manifest. It's a great ritual to do at the end of the year, so you may not be right now aware of the intention that will come out. That's the power of this ritual. All rituals are intended to trap, localize energy, and then channel it into manifestation. So enough from me. I'll leave it to Alan and Sarah now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deepak, for having us and being here with us. So after that's nothing much for me to say. But in Sanskrit, many of the words are so whole about your soul, enlightenment, the universe, the greater intelligence. The words that are used in Sanskrit, it's hard in English, unless you, Deepak, to be able to fit them in so wonderfully. So, Sankalpa or Sankalpa means intention. I've added a few: volition, will, just to try and share with you what that Sankalpa means. The original Sankalpa was that of Brahman. Brahman is the greater universal intelligence. Brahman is unbound, infinite, before matter. So Brahman had this sankalp somehow to create the Big Bang and create this plane of duality, diversity, matter, form, time. These things are all only bound by our perspective. So our personal sankalpa is, it's so nice, I much prefer saying sankalp now than sankalpa. Our personal sankalp is our little bit that we are playing out in evolution of that great sankalpa that is really the evolution itself, from the Big Bang on. So our life purpose, oh, I can change on the screen, thank you. Our life purpose is in that sankalp, and it's lowered into us via Shakti, Mother Nature, the force that created all our universe, planets, our world, everything that's here. Shakti, in the microcosm, which we could look at as a human being, does exactly the same thing. She moves away from Shiva when creation forms. Shiva keeps us connected to the all-intelligence, and Shakti moves away from Shiva and into each chakra. A chakra is what governs the elements that we're made of. But they're not just elements. Each element actually has an emotional quality to it, and it has organs of action, knowledge. It makes up the world as we can perceive it. So when Shakti goes through these chakras, depositing, embedding our sankalp into the chakras, into the different levels of our emotions, we then live by that. But as Deepak beautifully put earlier, we're like robots, and our consciousness is just usually up here. And in Tantra, our subconscious is toward the navel, where there's still gray matter in your spinal column. So you can still have some conscious activity there. But from navel down, the trouble begins. No, there it's unconscious. The only gray matter is in the nerve endings. So here is the dump site, our unconscious, which is usually kind of a bit of a mess. It's kind of like if you had a barrel, and for 30 years you were putting in to the barrel all of your stuff. Well, 30 years later, you come and look for something at the bottom of the barrel. It's a mush. It's kind of what our consciousness is a bit like. So yeah, we don't see our connection to the greater intelligence. The chakras are incredible because if we can access them. We can access the chakras. Let me just see if I have for you nearby. I just got it. So the chakras with those Bija Mantras, those basic sounds, let us access a chakra. A chakra is described like a lotus flower, because a lotus flower lies in the mud, and out of the mud comes up this beautiful flower which stands above the mud and above the water. The mud is when you're sunk in your life, in the false identity of who you think you are, what you've learnt and what you believe. So when the lotus opens, these Bija Mantras are designed to do that. Sometimes people look at these letters and say, well, Al, why can't I use something from my own religion? Why can't I say abracadabra or whatever it might be? But these Bija Mantras are fantastic. The first letter of the mantra, L for the base chakra, if you go L, 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 your pelvic floor lifts. It takes you to the locale of the chakra. When you go lam, the expands your consciousness there. So we're going to use lam, vam is the next one. V, r, y, h, and k. You can feel k down here as hard as you k. So, if you can learn to use we're going to do them, and Jen will chant them too, because I'm a little bit like a bullfrog when I chant, so Sarah and Jen will do a beautiful job. But when you feel those sounds vibrating in the locale of the chakra, you actually can open the chakra, you can access it. When you can access it, you can access your Sankalpa. Because what you think your Sankalpa is very, very often not at all what it is. So the process we use, we're going to use some asana in the beginning. It's hard here, but Sarah is, I don't know how she does it, but she manages to. She'll give you some asana with pranayama and the kriyas to try and feel the energy in your system, just to align everything. She'll also give you a little technique to get pratyahara, your senses to come back in. Once she's got you there, I will come in and start to show you using the mantras and also using yantra. Sorry, not yantra, mudra. Mudras are hand gestures. Now, you know, even as I'm talking, I'm pushing and saying hand gestures, and I'm kind of moving around. In the brain, in this part, can you see the little red light is here? That's your motory sensory cortex. And 30% of that cortex is your hand. See how big your hand is? And all of the rest of the cortex makes you look like that. I know you don't want to look like that, but it's just a drawing. The homunculus man. But that part of your cortex here, 30% is occupied by your hands. So, I mean, take the most common mudra, Anjali, prayer pose. Why is it so famous? Because, I mean, look what I've got to do now to even do it. I can't move. Sorry. I can't move. I can't connect properly. It makes you come inward via that cortex. So if you think about all the other hand mudras, they do different things for us. And tonight we have a whole bunch which we're going to use specifically related to Sankalpa. You know, I drive in Manhattan, and I actually love it. I don't like freeway, but I enjoy it. Anyway, but, you know, I'm a yogi, I'm a little bit relaxed. Sometimes I don't turn quick enough. And somebody gets fed up at me and they hand mudras fly because they're trying to express themselves through their hand. So if you use these mudras, not the street ones, the ones I'm going to show you, you're going to see how you can really alter your consciousness, access your chakras, and access your Sankalpa. It will surface up as you do the practice. So let me just quickly show you so I don't get too lost in joking and playing. These are the different mudras we're going to use. This one here is called Mantangi Mudra. So just do it so they can see too. Lift the hand up too. Yeah. Yeah. Very similar but two together. It's different. That's very good for piercing the chakra, opening it. This one is called Uttar Bodhi Mudra. And that's for bringing the energy back down once you found your Sankalpa. This one is called Ahankara Mudra, and it means the mudra that brings identity, the who you really are to you. And that's it's found in the heart center. When your jiva, the part of your consciousness, is no longer relating to the senses world, your identity starts to surface who you really are. Who you really are is just unconditional love, by the way. So the hand mudras in the street don't matter. It's just, thank you. So anyway, let's move on. This one called Shambhavi Mudra. You block your ears and the fingers go on top of the head. And when you do this mudra, you can actually do Bhramari, which is chanting like a buzzing sound, like a buzzing bee. And whilst you block your ears, if you take one thumb off, block it, take the other thumb off, I'll lead you through it, and then block both. You'll see the sound goes to one side, other side, and then you see exactly where it's vibrating in the center of your brain is called the screen of the mind in Tantra. So we're going to take our Sankalpa, we're going to find it, we're going to, once we've got it, did everyone get a pen and paper? No. Yes? Very good. Yes and no? Very good. No, maybe someone can, Megan will help you find. Because you're going to write your Sankalpa down. You want to get it down to preferably like one word. So your Sankalpa almost becomes like a mantra or a logo. Something like it's one word that can express what was coming up for you from your chakras. You write your Sankalpa in your own writing on that screen of the mind, which you're going to find with Shambhavi Mudra. Do you all follow that? I'm going to lead you through. And Anjali Mudra we kind of have done. So those are the mudras we're going to do. You all got to practice a little, felt it? It's just because when we're doing the practice, it's kind of difficult if I've got to, and you don't have it. Does everyone kind of got this? Any question?
I do.
Yes.
For women, is it left over right, or does it matter?
Doesn't really matter. Yeah, just do what's comfortable. It's not really man or female. It's more Ida and Pingala based. And so that's more where your dominance is lying. So you don't have to really change it there. But it sometimes is advisable to change it to create more balance, because some of us, Ida or Pingala is too dominant. Okay. So then just very quickly, I'll show you also this is the practice that we're going to do. So asana and kriya, Sarah will lead you through that. And we just change quite seamlessly. I've learned to follow the Shakti. I become very bright. So Paradirsasana. Just show the hands under, just so you can see. Amazing that your hand pushes on the ribs underneath. It changes the flow of air. If you just do one hand, we'll switch it to the opposite nostril. And so what we want to get is both nostrils flowing evenly. That's incredible. When both nostrils are flowing evenly, you know what happens to you? You go into a daydream. Right? It's kind of weird that you could do such. Even now, if I'm sure one or two you switched over and suddenly you're like looking at a light bulb. Right? And then you click, the nostril changes and you sort of come back again. You know, one nostril in a healthy, balanced human being flows for 1 hour and 28 minutes, and then it switches over to the other side. If you can induce both to flow evenly, that's magical. You are inducing daydream. Well, sometimes you know, I don't want to do that. But that's when your pratyahara, where your senses come back into you. So your senses, like in sleep, your senses come back into you. So if you can create pratyahara, your senses come back in. When they're in, we can start with all the mantras, etc., and exploring a little deeper. So that's Paradirsasana. Pranahuti Kriya, lowering consciousness to the root chakra, going from conscious to unconscious. I'll lead you through that, that's easy. Bija Mantras with Mantangi Mudra to release the Sankalpa. That was the Lam Vam Ram Yam. I'm going to tell you everything. I'm not going for tea after I'm finished. Ahankara Mudra at the heart, following... use Bija Mantra, Yeah, we did that. Ahankara Mudra at the heart. And that's where it surfaces. Sarah will lead you through that. I'm a little bit too gruff for that. She'll do a good job with that. And then 5 minutes of sound bath forming Sankalpa. So the music will go and you'll just sit, be quiet, and you allow your Sankalpa to surface after all that. Then afterwards we're going to do Shambhavi Mudra. Is there? Thank you. You can see I'm very kapha, can't you? I just want to sit with my clicker and everything, not even move. Anyway, Shambhavi Mudra, access screen of the mind. I told you that, write the screen, then Uttar Bodhi Mudra, lowering it down.
So Charlie's Angels Mudra.
Red mist expands through body. I'll lead you through that. Swadisthana Chakra, second chakra. Whoa, that is... Second chakra is the seat of your unconscious. Number 2, second one up. It's also troublesome because it's sexual and things of that nature too, but not necessarily bad, but I mean it's where that energy lies. If you look at Swadhisthana, Chakra, doesn't show you really there, I don't think. Well, you can kind of see in Swadhisthana Chakra there's 8 petals that face inward. And it's the only chakra that has that. When the petals face inward, it's because that's where your unconscious forms and holds. So we're going to go to the Swadhisthana Chakra and feel like a light glowing when I get you there. And that's sort of how you take the Sankalpa into your cells. At the end, you sit quietly for 9 minutes. And I'll lead you to where you can sit quietly, not meaning which chair, but where you can sit quietly, where your consciousness should be. Kriya, where your consciousness should be for you to be able to sit in stillness. If your consciousness is busy down below ajna, very difficult to sit quiet. So I'm going to ask you to, when you're sitting quiet, to moisten a finger and moisten the point between your eyebrow. And to allow your consciousness to return into the hypothalamus region, into ajna. Roof of the mouth softens, jaw relaxes, and your consciousness moves through. Now, it doesn't matter what form of yoga, religion, or whatever, voodoo, whatever you do, that you're doing for trying to find enlightenment. Some people do ayahuasca, some drugs to try even change the chemistry. Change the chemistry by letting your Lalana chakra open and your consciousness to move to ajna. And your glands, your endocrine glands, is the best pharmacy anywhere. It will produce the chemical you need to make you DMT, all those drugs that people take. When you do it in here and you see the light, that chemistry comes in, you'll feel like your brain releases and your consciousness moves to the space between brain and top of the head. When that happens and you're there, you're in the state of yoga. No longer duality. The duality will disappear and you'll feel just like that iPhone that went off. You'll be where you need to be. We're going to lead you there, and we're going to take you on a wonderful journey to experience all of this. This is your inner kingdom, and I'm going to now hand over to Sarah, who will lead you through some asana with the Kriya practice. What do I need? Paper, pens, thank you. She'll catch her when she's going by.
Yeah.
Which one do you like?
The steps. I think
The steps.
Skip the step.
Okay. That's a good one. No. Oh, thank you. And I'm just going to, for 1 second, go ahead and come back, because these are the mantras that we're going to use in order to bring the energy from the crown so that you don't walk back into life out of it. We want to bring the energy back. Typically, we call that grounding, to ground your energy. But in Sanskrit, it's actually called Artha Vatva Samyama. It's samyama with purpose. It's bringing the all-one state back to your chakras. Which, you know what's amazing when you do that and you use these tools? When you come back into life, you don't have to try. You know what? It's all happening anyway, isn't it? So what are we trying so hard for? It's all happening. Open up and allow it to flow through you. It will put you at the right place, at the right time for you. Okay, I'll keep quiet, Saraji. Thank you very much. That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for having us. Thanks, Deepak, for opening. It's always an honor to be here. It's such a beautiful space. So as Alan mentioned, we're going to go through a little centering practice. And we're going to integrate this Kriya technique. Kriya means act to purify your consciousness. I always feel a little bit like a rock star with this mic. I'm not used to talking with a mic, so. And we use this particular Kriya, which is called the Saham Kriya, as a way to access that infinite realm of intelligence that's all around us. It's happening via the breath. With every inhale, we take in inspiration. We literally inspire. We draw in what it is we need, but we also, from this tantric, more energetic perspective, we draw in this field of inspiration, of unlimited possibilities. It moves from the crown of the head down the line of the spine, which is called Brahmanadi. It's the line of our essence, the streak of intelligence that connects the lower consciousness to the higher consciousness. So this is how we embed it at the base of the spine. And then from just in front of the sacrum, that area is called Khanda. Khanda means cave. It's the cave of Shakti. And it's also the origin of the 72,000 meridians that map our body. So as you breathe in, the awareness moves from the top of the head down the line of the spine to the base. And as you breathe out, your belly pulls in and you sense this distribution of energy, of that intelligence, into each cell of your body and via the joints. So in each joint, there's a sub-chakra, so you start to feel your joints becoming spacious. So it's literally how we draw from the universe, from that plane of unmanifest, and make it manifest, right? From unbound potential into embodiment. So it's a really powerful Kriya. I've shared it with Deepak. We do it in our morning practice. And so we'll do a little bit of asana with that, and then I'll pass forth from here on. And thank you so much, Jen, for adding your sound. Very excited to have Jen with us today. So we're going to start in a comfortable cross-legged seat, or place your feet flat onto the floor, whatever is more comfortable for you. Find a comfortable, steady seat. We'll start actually with Padadirsasana by taking the right hand under the left armpit, the left hand under the right armpit. Call this a multi-purpose technique because it keeps your hands warm too. Bonus. Close your eyes. And just allow the weight of your seat to anchor down into the support of the floor. Feel the line of your spine held tall from inside like a rod. Relax your jaw, soften your tongue, and allow the pressure of your hands begin to press into the space between the 5th and 6th rib. Which actually allows the mucous membrane in the nostrils begin to free up. The breath flow in your nostrils become a little more balanced. And just begin to receive your breath. Let your breath be breathed. Notice if you force your breath. This can be a good indication of how we might force our Sankalpa. We're beginning the practice and the process of revealing, unfolding, allowing the messages to be surfaced. You can switch the pressure of your hand by taking the hand that's on top, sliding it underneath, and placing it under the same armpit. So you crisscross your forearms the other way, and we'll just take about another minute or so here. Receiving your breath. Letting your breath be breathed. Keeping your eyes closed, you can rest the backs of your hands to your knees, bringing your thumb and forefinger to touch. Keep your eyes closed and sense this energetic line from the top of your head down to the very base of your spine. As you happen to breathe in, sense that you receive this electromagnetic field of awareness that enters from the top of your head down the line of your spine to just in front of your sacrum. As you breathe out, the belly pulls in, and from that region you charge and expand that awareness into each cell of your body, and your joints become spacious. Breathing in, the ribs expand, you open up, you make space to receive light, radiance, inspiration. Breathing out, let it transform into your physical body. As you breathe in, the sound of the inhale is sa, so silently vibrating. And the exhale, the sound is hum, the sound of transformation. Breathing in, open up to receive light, radiance, magnetism, top of the head to the base. Breathing out, let it transform into each cell of your body, and your joints become spacious. Just feeling that inspiration on the in-breath, transformation on the out-breath. You become it. You embody the light. As you breathe in, hum as you breathe out. Add some movement here, so you can keep your eyes closed if you like, and just begin to roll your shoulders forward and up as you breathe in. Roll the shoulders back and down as you breathe out. Bring your palms to face down as you do this. Inhale, roll the shoulders forward and up to the ears. Exhale and roll the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Once again, taking the shoulders forward and up as you breathe in. Them back and down as you breathe out. Keeping your shoulder blades on your back, float your right ear to your right shoulder. Just pause there. Relax your shoulders. Soften your jaw. Have accessory breathing muscles, the sides of our neck. Lift your chin a little bit on the diagonal and feel that stretch along the left side of your neck. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, float your chin down to your chest. Keep your chest lifted and release the back of your neck. And then take your left ear to your left shoulder. Pause there. Relax your shoulders. As best you can, stay present with the sensation in your body. Starting to individuate by experiencing your body and your sensation. Lift your chin a little bit on the diagonal. Softening the jaw. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, drop your chin down towards your chest. Keep your chin towards your chest now. You might need to scoot forward a little bit on your chair. Just going to round your spine as you exhale. Chin to the chest, hollow the belly. As you breathe in, tip your pelvis forward, lift your spine, lift your gaze, feeling that awareness, top of the head to the base of the spine. As you breathe out, round your spine and distribute that awareness into your physical body. Breathing in, tip the pelvis forward, lift your heart, lift your gaze, sa, feel that line, top of the head to the base. Breathing out, round your spine, hum, feel your joints spacious. So do this a couple of times on your own. You can keep your eyes closed. This becomes a very individual practice, one of the translations of Ishta, which resonates with the individual. So there's no one right way to do it. It's not a cookie cutter way. It's just your process of feeling and connecting, integrating. You're going to add the arms, so lace your fingers as you next exhale. Stretch them out in front of you. Feel that stretch right in between your shoulder blades. That's the back gate of the heart chakra. As you inhale, float the arms straight up overhead, opening through the front body, opening the front gates of your chakras. Exhale, round your spine, chin to the chest, hollow the belly. Hum. Inhale, float the arms straight up overhead. Sa. Top of the head to the base. Couple more like that. Exhale, round your spine. Hum transforms. Breathing in, reach your arms up overhead. Sa moves down. Exhale, hum. Breathing in, sa. Float your arms straight up overhead. Feel that line, crown to base, and pause here. As you exhale, press your palms up, root your seat down. Feel as you breathe in, you lengthen a little longer and taller through your spine. As you breathe out, take a gentle twist to your right. Bring your left arm across, your right arm behind you. And pause here. You can hold on to the back of your chair. Bring your left hand across to your right thigh. Lower your right hand down behind you, wherever you can. Either on the back of your chair or on the floor. We make do as best we can in this environment. Feel as you breathe in, top of the head grows long. As you breathe out, again, you transform that awareness from just in front of your sacrum into each cell of your body. And just pause here in the twist. Another breath in. Line of your spine grows long. Breathing out to rotate around the axis of your spine. Reach the arms back up overhead as you breathe in. Lace your fingers the other way. Other point your fingers in front now. Press your palms up. Root your seat down. Inhale. Lengthen tall through your spine. Exhale. Twist to the other side. Right arm across. Left arm behind you. Again, you can close your eyes if you like. Feel the line of your spine grow tall as you breathe in. Sa. Rotate around the axis of your spine as you exhale. Hum. Just let your head and your neck follow. Notice if you're forcing. Again, so let the breath guide you. There is a wisdom behind the breath. There is a Shakti, prana Shakti behind the breath that breathes you. And in that space, the pause between the breath is your consciousness, your Sankalpa. Reach your arms back up overhead. Bring your palms to touch at the top. As you exhale, lower your hands down the midline of your body. And stay seated. Cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, ankle to knee. We're getting into the outer hips, the unconscious. We lodge a lot of our patterning, the stuff that governs us. So you can take your forearms onto your shin and then begin to hinge forward. If you're seated, you can bend your left leg. Yeah, and just begin to fold forward. You can close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the space where you feel sensation in your outer hip. And breathe there. Long inhale. Deep exhale. Again, this relates to the second chakra, the abode of self, Swadisthana. Free up this area, we start to free up the Shakti. Slowly roll back up into an upright position. Uncross the ankle, switch sides. Take your left ankle on top of your right thigh, flex the foot. And slowly hinge forward. Just going to that place where you feel something happening and you can still breathe. So you're not sleeping and you're also not cursing. But that's your edge, right? You feel something happening, but you don't have to run away from it. You can stay with it, stay present. Breathing in and out. Sa and hum. Stay with the mantra. Stay with the visual. As you breathe in, begin to come back up into an upright position and cross the ankle. And now we'll see if this works. We're going to round forward. So you can rest your belly on your thighs. It looks like this. Might need to be creative. See what you can do. This is a little bit of an inversion, bringing your head below your heart. It also opens the back of your body. The back of our body relates to tamas, the path of tamas, which is inertia, what takes us inward, what makes us passive, introspective, self-reflective. If we're too much in our outside realm, looking outward, we're looking for somebody else to give us our intention, looking outside of ourselves to access it. It's already within you. We're just letting it be revealed. Keeping your head heavy, begin to roll up. Let your head be the last to come up, stacking one vertebra on top of the other. Keep your eyes closed. And we're ready for Prana Ahuti Kriya.
Closed. As you sit quietly, your senses much more inward, begin to feel as if there were a hand above your head, a warm hand. And feel like this hand is pouring light down, warmth down the spine. And as it pours this light down, begin to move slowly. Let your consciousness move down from the top of the head, in between your brain, to the brain stem, through the neck, and slowly down through the chest cavity, through the navel, all the way down to the root. The root is between genital anus, mula. So you'll find that as you move down, reaching to the heart is quite easy. But then slowly it takes more and more surrender to let yourself move in. And as you move deeper and deeper down into the 3 lower chakras, feel they become more illumined, lit up. At the root chakra, just feel the Bija Mantra Lam. Feel it resonating at the root. Slowly move up to the next chakra. And it's all about how much you surrender and feel there. Swadisthana. Vam. Feel how you're opening the lotus at each center, from being downward, energy out, down to the senses. Come up to the Manipura navel, Ram. And slowly move up to the heart center. In the heart center, feel the Bija Mantra, Yam. And let the finger turn more upward when you reach the heart. Shambhavi Mudra.
Yam.
Slowly move your hands up to under your chin with the Shambhavi Mudra and the Bija Mantra, hum. Bring the hands up and let the middle finger point into the point between the eyebrow. Ajna. Kasham.
Kasham. Kasham. Kasham.
Having opened the chakras, feel deep inside you. There are subtle energetic centers. We're now ready to allow the very Sankalpa to surface. Sarah will lead you through that process.
So you can release your hands back down if they're not already. Keep your eyes closed. We'll bring the left thumb and forefinger to touch. With the right hand, bring your thumb and pointer finger to touch like you're pinching something very small. And press your thumb and pointer finger right at the center of your chest. Close your eyes. And just start to get in touch with the beating of your heart. We all have our own pulse that we're born with, that we're born from. It's called our gate. The pulse is the first sign of life. And as you start to feel your own pulse, your own individual heartbeat, silently hear the sound Om Ma. Om Ma. Om Ma. Inside that space, the jiva, the individual spirit, is the coding, the downloading of your heart's deepest desire. There is the breath that breathes you. Is what you seek, seeking you, to quote a brilliant sage, Rumi. Om Ma. Om Ma. Om Ma. Just sit with it for some time. There's no right way to do this. You don't have to look for results. You're just participating. Keep our eyes closed. Rest your right hand back down on top of your thigh. Allowing your Sankalpa to reveal itself. And whatever comes to you, let it just arise organically. Keep it in the affirmative. something positive. The universe only knows vibration, so stay in the vibration of your Sankalpa. And when the word, the vision, the image, the intention comes to you, and you can take out your pen and paper, write it down. And we're going to stay in silence for the next 5 minutes or so. And just allow the healing vibration of the sound help us to incubate a little bit with this Sankalpa. To, you can bring one palm on top of the other over your heart center and rest in that nurturing space.
Now we come to the actual planting, embedding the Sankalpa from the crown, the conscious, all the way down, each chakra by chakra, to the root. First, Shambhavi Mudra, block the ears with your thumb and let the index finger and the middle finger move to the top of the head. Feel in the center between that. You're going to chant or just make Bhramari like a buzzing bee. Doesn't have to be too loud. Just take a breath in and try and find where it's resonating in the middle of your brain. Take a thumb off one side and do the buzzing. Put it back. Take the other thumb off. Put it back. And when both are on, you can feel right in the middle of the brain there, that region, the screen of the mind. And you can just let the Bhramari come to a stillness and just keep feeling. So always, with sound, with mantra, you want to learn how to feel the vibration, but then feel the subtle vibration inside. On the screen of your mind, in your own handwriting, try and see it. Kind of tricky at first. Write your Sankalpa on the screen of your mind. Hold the image of it, interlace your fingers, Untitled Mudra, and just let the index finger this time point up. Bring the index finger to the point between the eyebrow. And as you move your fingers to that point, just feel. You're going to draw from the screen of the mind, behind the point where the fingers are, into Ajna. But hold it, really try. This is all inside you. It's subtle. Just let yourself get away from mind and try and hold the Sankalpa. Move the hands down towards the throat. Feel it in your throat chakra, Visuddha. Hold it, just get the Sankalpa there. Let the word be a symbol of the energy that needs to shift. Lower your hands down to the heart center. And in the heart center, Anahata, hold the Sankalpa. Image it. hands down to Manipura. Again, getting a little more tricky down in the unconscious area. Try and hold the Sankalpa. Feel the energy of it. You need to bring it down into the unconscious. Then the real shifts will happen in your being. Bring the hands down, the heel of the hand by the pubic crease line. Still index finger out. Try and get the Sankalpa into Swadisthana. Into that inward area. Where's the seat, the headquarter of your unconscious? Feel how the roots, mula, start at the perineal body between genital anus and move down into your legs. But the head of your unconscious is your second chakra. Try and feel a light glowing in your second chakra. Just imagine it. Imagination is image in action. So it's okay. Use your mind to image it and suddenly start to feel it. Feel like a light begins to illuminate and glow, filling all the cells of your body from the second chakra, carrying your Sankalpa to each cell. There are trillions of cells in your body. Feel them filling with light and your Sankalpa. Relax the roof of the mouth. It will let you feel inwardly. It's called Lalana Chakra. And when all the cells are filled, it feels like they're glowing, like a red glow. And to get this into your energetic body, try and feel from every pore in your body. The red light bursts out into a rose mist around your body. And the rose mist slowly changes as it goes further out to a rose gold, to a gold. And from gold just to radiance. Let go, expand your consciousness into your aura. And when your consciousness is expanded, put a little saliva on your thumb. Do it. And moisten the point between your eyebrow. And about an inch, inch and a half up. About enough saliva that when you lower your hand, it's called Ajna Bedana, you feel behind that point. Feel your forehead relax. your jaw relax. And just let yourself, your consciousness, return into the area behind that. Your tunnels of the ears relax. And this is when Lalana Chakra opens. It happens in sleep. Your jaw goes and your roof of the mouth lifts, but you're not aware of it. Be aware. Let it happen and stay awake. Your consciousness will move into that space between the eyebrow. You'll begin to see light. Jyoti. In Hinduism, Jyoti means the divine light. In Tantra, it is the light of transformation. Just a glow, doesn't have to be anything dramatic, although it might be. When you start to see that glow, happens when you're in deep alpha. You'll find there's a lifting like the roof of the mouth did, right up into the corpus callosum between each lobe of your brain. And the sense of the brain releasing and relaxing. It's an amazing feeling. Feels like it opens up as your consciousness moves there. That point is called Daharakasha Vayu. And it's kind of like your black hole, where you move from duality into singularity. And that singularity exists above your brain and below the top fontanelle. In that space, there is yoga, oneness, singularity, being. The state of yoga, nirvichara samadhi. And just for 9 minutes, relax, get comfortable. If your mind wanders, don't hesitate. Take a little saliva, moisten the point, let yourself move back in. When you are in that state, there's no thought. Brahmarandra, the top fontanelle, begins to soften, and one begins to reach into Nirbija Samadhi. A place where you start to feel a returning, a connection to unbound intelligence, which is nothing. It's no thing. It's all things at once. Let yourself go. with practice, the mind will quiet. And you will feel that connection.
begin the practice of Artavatva Samyama, which is bringing the intelligence of the meditation back into your physical body via the chakras. So just bring the tip of the tongue to the roof of your mouth. And let your thumbs rub over each fingertip. Just feel the thumbs rub over each fingertip. Bring your palms to touch at the center of your chest, and without barely making a sound, begin to rub your hands together. And you might find that there's heat in your hands just from sitting, incubating. And now move the tongue behind the upper teeth to the front of the gum and separate your hands about 1/2 inch apart and feel that heat between your hands. Just sense it. You can't taste or touch or see, hear, smell it, but you can sense it. And then pull your hands a little further apart and sense the magnetism between the hands, behind that heat. Pull your hands a little further apart. Feel the radiance. And a little further apart, that electricity between the hands that you can bend and shape and expand and contract. So just be in that space between your hands. And then taking that heat, it's called tejas, a manifestation of fire as heat, prana. Take the heat from your hands and place it over your eyes, covering your eyes and your brain and your face with that heat. And just soak it in for a moment. Let it nourish you. Nurture you, let it move back behind your eyes into your brain. There's a healing quality that comes from our hands. So feel that healing quality of your hands into your face, into your eyes, and into your brain. And now we're going to bring the palms to touch and rest the knuckle of the thumb right at the brow center, Anjali Mudra. And to bring the wisdom of the universe into your living so that you can use your Sankalpa to visualize, to perceive the world in the way that you need to see things from a higher, more expansive realm. The mantra is Om Namo Shivaya. We're going to chant it 4 times, or you can listen, taking a full breath in. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Move your hands from the forehead down the sides of your face, underneath the jawline, and then into the back of your neck. From the back of your neck, give a little press on the tops of your shoulders, so massaging the tops of your shoulders, massaging the neck area, just releasing any tension there. A little self-care here. And then bring your palms one on top of the other over your throat. Here's the locale for the throat chakra, Vishuddha, so that you can communicate with clarity your Sankalpa. Om Aim Saraswatiye Namaha 3 times. Om Aim Saraswatiye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatiye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatiye Namaha. Move your hands down just below the collarbones, one palm on top of the other, resting your hand on your thymus gland. And here we'll just silently feel, again, that heat, that healing quality of your hands into your thymus gland. For a strong immune system, for strength and well-being, so that we can use our Sankalpa to tap into our strongest, highest self of wellness. Om Ram 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 Ramaya Namaha. Just silently resonate that. And then we'll move our hands down to the center of the chest, the energetic center of the heart, Anahata Chakra. Here, just feeling, resting back in that space of your heart. Just feeling without any particular way that you should feel. And bring your palms to touch at the center of your chest. So this area is what governs our ability to love unconditionally, our ability to connect, to see ourselves in others, to be compassionate, kind, generous, gracious. We'll use the mantra Om Namo Narayanaya so that we can use our Sankalpa to connect, to infuse into the world with love and compassion. Om Namo Narayanaya 4 times. Breathing in. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bring your palms one on top of the other of your heart center again, and then move your hands from your heart down to your solar plexus, which is just above the navel, and from the solar plexus down to the navel. And here we'll bring one palm on top of the other and press the heel of your hand into your navel. And at this mudra, we'll visualize, allow the Sankalpa to help you to move through, to empower yourself, to stand up for what is your truth, to stay with the will of the Sankalpa, to be able to commit and dedicate yourself to it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 4 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Make a triangle pointing downward, your fingertips touching, thumbs tipping at the top, and just silently feeling here the mantra for Lakshmi. You can use your Sankalpa to generate more abundance, to further provide for yourself and for others. Om Lakshmi Vam Shri Kamaladaram Swaha. Just silently vibrating that, if you can manage to remember it. Om Lakshmi Vam Shri Kamaladaram Swaha. And then finally, take your hands between the crease, between your leg and your torso. Your thumbs forward, fingertips back, draw your elbows back, and press down. So really root down your sitting bones, your legs down into the support of the seat, into what's rooting you, taking us back to the earth chakra so that we can walk with our Sankalpa. We can literally embody it, not just talk about it, but live it. Om Gam 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 Ganapatye Namaha. 3 times to remove any obstacles that keep us from manifesting it. Om Gam 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 Ganapate Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapate Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapate Namaha. Massage back and forth from hip to knee now with your hands, pretty briskly into your legs. And then circle into your knees. As Al likes to say, polish up your knees. Shining knees. And then take one ankle on top of your knee and just press down the line of your calf with your thumbs. There's a lot of nerve endings there. A lot of tenderness you might feel. So really press point by point with your thumbs all the way down to your ankles and hold your ankles tightly. You have proprioceptors there at the ankle joint. So really hold. Getting it back into your roots. And then draw a line from the heel to each toe. So from your heel to your big toe, earth chakra. Heel to the second toe, water. Heel to the third, fire. Fourth, air. And then space at the pinky toe. Also known as little piggies. Do that on the other side. Massage from your knee down your calf, point by point with your thumbs. You find any area of tension. Give it a little love and attention. This is, again, where our unconscious gets lodged. Backs of the legs, down into the calves, into the very soles of our feet. And then hold your ankles tightly with your hands. Hold there. I like to circle my ankles out a little bit. You can do that. Just get the synovial fluid going. And then again, from your heel to each toe with your thumbs. Heel to the big toe. And just line by line, reground. And when you're done with that, all your piggies in a row. And you can uncross the ankle.
It's not piggies. That's this little yogi went to market.
Little yogis.
This little yogi went to ashram.
So sit up nice and tall. Should we do a little yoga mudra? Make a fist with your right hand. Place it below your navel. Cover it with your left hand and pivot forward. Pivot on your sitting bones, but keep your spine tall. Keep your heart open. Yes, you start to feel a little lift up through your pelvic floor. Keep that lift up through your pelvic floor. And then come right back up into an upright seated position. And you'll feel, you come upright, your sitting bones are grounded, you're rooted, you're stable, you're anchored, heart open, you're loving, you're connected, and your head and neck free. So relaxing, letting go of any thoughts, any projections that are keeping you from taking this Sankalpa, your deepest desire, manifesting it into your realm, into your living. onto you.
Bring your hands into Anjali prayer pose, bow your head, and let the light from your heart guide you and lead you through each moment of your living. If you can do that, you'll have a super wonderful life. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat, Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for Playdate. And thank you so much, Deepak, for having us.
So do you want to say about doing this? We want to continue to do this in the new year. Yeah, for 40 days. If you can. So we'll send you the PDF of this so that you have that. You have access to it, and you can practice it on your own every day if you can. You can even abbreviate it a little bit, but it's very, very powerful. But we have to go back to doing it. So just recreating the wiring in your brain to go into that unconscious, let it manifest.
So if you have your own practice, you can, after your asana practice, Shavasana maybe, then you can just go straight in and just run through the chakras, open them, put your fingers, Ahankara Mudra, feel Omma, let it surface, the Sankalpa. When you're finished, Antar Body Mudra, and draw the energy down each chakra, bringing it back down to the root. That's the short version. Because we're New Yorkers, we have to learn how to negotiate. Do that as a minimum, we'll get your energy there.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can ask. We have a few minutes if anybody has any questions. Otherwise, if you want to come and see us down at Ishta, come and join us. We have some info here. Have an amazing night. Happy winter solstice. And happy holidays. Thank you. And thank you so much, Jen, for the sound accompaniment. Yeah.
You want to take the mic to?
What did you write down in your piece of paper? What did you write down?
Blank. No thing.
What about you, Sarah? What about you, Sarah?
Soften.
Oh, you finished?
Yeah.
Anyone else got a question? Don't feel free. Yes, please. Talk on the mic, then they can hear.
When you wanted us, I'm new, but when you wanted us to bring our attention behind the center here, and you said we were going to see light, and then there was a moment you said that feel the brain open up, maybe? Are we supposed to move the attention into the brain? Or I was feeling things. I was feeling like this side was tenser than...
Why didn't I get a stand? So, when your consciousness begins to return back from your senses, the jaw relaxes, the roof of the mouth opens, and your consciousness regroups back into ajna. The hypothalamus in a human being is ajna chakra. And when your consciousness is not being redirected somewhere else by it, and it just sits there, you begin to see the light. The next thing, when you're seeing the light between the lobes of the brain, it's called the harakasha, you'll feel, in the same way that the roof of the mouth lifted, you'll feel that lift. So it's the next step, which just happens. If you got to go, please go. I don't mind. And as that opens, you'll find it's a sensation. Like it feels like your brain is opening. It doesn't open.
Right.
Please. But I think it might be the meninges. I'm actually working with a with Bengt on a book about this. He's a neuroscientist in Lund University, and he's kind of labeling more what's actually going on when you get those feelings. The first time he met me, he had a lot of corrections for me. And then I did Shaktipat to him. He wanted to write a book with me.